whatever your name is.
Dave.
Dave. And everybody else. I know, James and Crystal, right there. Yeah. From San Francisco. Did you fight your way through the Yellow Causeway again?
It wasn't much of a fight today.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah. So, glad to see everybody else, and we had a great time. I had a great time at Amiga 040. I just was there for a day, but I know everybody else who was there. Who else was there? I know. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And so anyway, got the shirt on, and nice to be able to see everybody again who we saw at Amiga 30. So talked to several of them. They said they would try to be at AmiWest. And so this is AmiWest, let's see here, 27, I think. But as far as SACC is concerned, it's SACC's 39th year. Next year is SACC 040.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Continuously?
Continuously. Continuously.
Even COVID.
Even COVID. That's right. Those of us who were brave, you know, just sort of breathed and came. And we're still breathing.
And we had 4,000 people online.
That's right. But anyway, we got, and this year, AmiWest is going to be doing 040 Amiga as well. And our usual suspects are showing up, which is good.
Will that be held here?
Yes. It will. This year it will be, yeah. We, unless somebody wants to sponsor us out in Roseville, you know, at the 30,000 square foot facility, which I don't think is going to happen. But it was really fun to see everybody down there at the Computer History Museum, because it's the interesting part to me was that a lot of the original Amiga team members were there, still interested, still enthusiastic about it. Mike was there. He's an original Amiga team member. And got a chance to talk to Carl Sassenrath, whom I've been acquainted with for quite a while now. And I said to him, I said, can you come to the show? Because he lives in Reno now. There's no 5-hour drive from Ukiah anymore. And he said, well, when is it? I said, November 1 and 2. He says, I could probably make that. So we might see Carl. I think that would be fun. And he said he still has a garage full of old Amiga stuff. So he may be bringing it along.
His wife told me there's more.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She says, do you want him to come more?
Oh, sure, no, bring it. Bring it.
Brian, I want to mention this. I was unfortunately I was unable to make that conflict. But remembering several years ago when I went down to the Computer History Museum, and the only evidence of Amiga there was this little lone 1000, you know, and yet about that same summer I'd gone back to Pittsburgh with my girlfriend to see the Andy Warhol Museum, and there's a whole room of Amiga stuff.
Oh, that's great. Oh no, that's great. That really is, and it works, right?
No, actually, it was disabled. In other words, the screen came up, and you would click on things, but it wouldn't really open Deluxe Paint, or it wouldn't really open GraphCraft. You know, I couldn't understand. They had a big glass table that was filled with, you know, the old software and the manuals and stuff. So I guess they just felt that people would break it. They didn't understand the computer.
Well, they probably don't understand it. You know, it's a different animal, and so that's another part of that.
It's great to hear this went so well on the computer.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, and it was fun to see people who were new to it too. That was even more interesting to me, to see the people who were new. You know, I think I completed an addiction at this point. You know, I've been at it 39 years myself. So, it's always a fun thing to do. And this is probably the most creative and interesting group of people that I know. You know, thank you for being here for me. I really enjoy your society and enjoy your creativity as you express it through the platform. and all the other stuff we talk about too, because it's not just the platform, as we all know. So I see the next agenda item is AmiWest Planning, and I think Jerry's on for that.
Yep. I'm gonna hand this over to you, and then you can like click around. Oh, Rob's here.
Oh,
Out here so
There he
Gina can
is.
see me. So planning is going well. When I came in today, I got the room sheet. We have 5 people that have already reserved rooms. If you do want to reserve a room, please do so. There's a link on the reservations page. So if you could scroll up and hit reservations, farther, go to the menu at the top. And then, oh wait, so I'm sorry, open a new tab. We're on our club site right now. Let's go to amiwest.net. Sorry, I didn't pull that up for you. Okay, and then we have the reservations link there. Yeah, and then scroll down, because we have the same header on everything. So the reservation link there takes you to the hotel page. You'll notice that it says group rate right up here. So that's our negotiated rates there. So then you pick the date. It's a couple days before and the day after the event. We can get the group rates there. So if you know anyone that's wanting to come, please point them to the reservations page. If we could go back to reservations, it also has, it opens in a new tab. So if you scroll down, we have the reservations below that keep going. So if you want reserve a banquet ticket, reserve a table, we have a combo form for those 2 items. I mentioned before, banquet's gonna be burgers and brew this year. So we're gonna travel off site so we don't have to tear down the show floor. So that'll be a buffet there. I'm gonna meet with them here hopefully before the next meeting to nail down the menu. In general, it's burgers, salads, fries, that kind of stuff. And they do have a nice veggie option, a nice garden burger there too for the vegetarian folk. And then scroll down a little bit farther, and we have a separate forum for speaking. So if anyone wants to have a speaking slot at the show, we're taking reservations there, trying to piece that together. I did speak to Bill Basari, because I was not sure after Amiga 40 if he was going to have the gas in the tank to do speaking, but he is. Bill is Bill. So Amiga 40 is behind him now. He's ready to go into AmiWest. So we are gonna have at least some speakers coming in. So we'll see how that works out for this year. We just don't know what to expect with Amiga 40 going on all over the world. Amiga 40 Germany is a couple weeks before us. We typically try to not recycle content. So we'll see who has stuff that they're going to put in their back pocket and save for us, so we can have some new, unique content for our show. Let's see. I also want to say Gino has volunteered. Thank you. Our club ambassador. He's going to be helping with the raffle this year, reaching out to raffle sponsors and hoping to get that going. So I really appreciate the help on that front. And then Chris, I'm hoping we can get together maybe next weekend.
That'd be great. I am finally, as of this week, back, in the saddle.
Yes.
After quite a bit of go.
So a lot of our stuff's been done. Some of the things that I'm still looking towards is maybe some ideas on floor plan, since we're hoping to try and squeeze in some more tables this year. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of that's going to depend on our speaker lineup too. If we have an abbreviated speaker lineup, we're going to kind of squeeze the show floor down for the speakers a little bit and put some more tables in. But I do know that some people in the past I've kind of had to tell them, oh, you can't bring in 4 tables worth of your stuff because we got to spread it out. And I'm hoping we can let those folks bring their stuff.
Are we having draping this year?
No, we're not planning on pipe and drape this year. Partially because the place that I used to get the pipe and drape from right down the street got hit and lost a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, suggestion to that would be, those folding dividers they have out here. Some of those we put in the front. There's strict
Yeah.
stuff. Echo.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. You know, I get feedback from people that like the separation and people that don't like the separation. It seems to be about.
Pros and cons.
The other way
Yeah.
to do it is like you say, you put some signage and put over those little straps things so it hang down. There's something about being big, it actually helps refract the sound around too.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ways. Some people are doing connections and large rooms.
Well, cool. If we decide to put up separations, you're volunteered.
On it, George.
You should reach out to Zach also, see what resources he has available.
Well, I know he has Herman Miller furniture.
Yes.
So if we want to set up office spaces, we can definitely do that.
He has a lot of stuff in there.
Okay, let's go back to our show agenda, our club agenda, and something else I wanted to bring up. We have a Sac Gamers Expo that happens in December. Last year we did it, and afterwards we were like, I'm not feeling the love of the location and stuff. We may not do that. And then the Roseville event came up, and we jumped in and did that event.
Same thing.
And it's like, okay, kind of interesting.
We love it.
So I did get a reach out from the organizers asking if we did want to show at the December show. So they are offering up a different space for us potentially. When you walk right in, and I'm assuming they're gonna do the same thing, there is a room right off the foyer that they use as the museum. They're offering to put us in there with the museum, potentially. So it would get us more in the entryway like we were the first time we were there, might be better. But the other thing I wanted to bring up, if you can scroll to the top here, this year's show is actually the 20th and 21st. I mean, it is knocking on Christmas door. And I mean, that's like 4 days from Christmas. It's like, so what I'd like for you to do is, I know Chris, Gino, you've been big on this. Marshall has been big on helping out. I'm on the fence myself. So if you guys think about it, look at your calendars. If you think this is something we still want to try and pull off, I'll respond and tell them we're in. If not, I understand this timing is a little tight. It might be great if you're a vendor, one of the guys, one of the hundreds of guys that are there selling stuff right before Christmas. But for us, just hanging out, sharing the love, I don't know. So,
Son's supposed to be back in town that weekend.
yeah. So I'll get in touch with you guys a little bit later if you had a chance to check your calendars, and we'll see what we want to do with that one. So, all right. Next topic. Brian kind of kicked us off on this a little bit earlier. I know some of us were not able to make it to the 40th, just a couple. But I was thinking, if anyone wanted to take an opportunity to share a couple things that they enjoyed about the 40th, we could. I could pass the mic around. I'll tell you. I'll kick it off. Something that happened at the 40th that was completely not Amiga related, but was kind of freaky fun. Marshall, Chris, and I decided to go across the street for lunch on the second day of the show. And they've got this little sports bar there with all these tables in the back, picnic tables. They got a nice covered area, and it wasn't, it's Bay Area. The weather was nice, so we're like, okay, we'll sit outside. Besides, there's only 4 tables inside. So we're sitting out there and we're waiting for our food, and this lady comes up and strikes up a conversation with.
We had passed her going in.
We have.
And she's kind of like, oh, you guys are normal. Stick around, you'll figure it out or not.
So anyways, well, Chris, do you want to continue the story?
Please.
Because you probably, you might have more details than I do, but suffice it to say that this lady ends up at our table, and Chris and Marshall at the end of the table, and she's striking up a conversation, and we've been talking for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, And this lady goes, "Do you want to know a secret?" So we're like, "Okay." She goes, I'm related to someone in Apple." And we're like, "Wozniak, Jim?" And she's like, "I'm Steve Jobs' sister." And we're like, "What?" So anyways, we end up inviting her to eat with us, and she goes back into the place. She, I guess, left her wine in there. She came back out with her wine. She sat. We had our lunch together, and just an average chat. She's complaining about neighbors and money and what have you, vacations, and we have this
the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, kind of the black sheep of the family, and so anyways, we leave, and I'm like, "So was this? Who did we really speak to, right?" So we're like, as we're walking out, we're out of eye shot. I'm on my tablet, I'm like, whatever, and sure enough, up pops this picture. Apparently, I didn't even know Steve Jobs was adopted, and this lady was also adopted by the same family. So she was his adoptive sister, not biological. Apparently, Steve Jobs also has a biological sister, but she was the adoptive sister, and apparently when Steve Jobs died, like Apple like had her sign documents, formally making sure that she understood that she was not part of Apple in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, so anyways, VCF, Amiga 40, we met Steve Jobs' adoptive sister at lunch randomly.
What's her name?
Patricia.
Patricia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, she showed up one day at Elk Grove, Apple. And she was getting a tour, and I who's that name? It was his sister. I said, I thought he had a relationship with her. No, that's the other one. I said, and then he said they came back, and the person said, "Oh, he messed up. It was the other one." She's going through like, "Well, I want to take one of these small ones."
She was a hoot too. She was like a party in a box, and she was there with her wine and just having a good time. Just wanted to be social.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously not a big fan of Apple.
Everybody else loved us.
So
That's a good story. That was probably like the highlight that was not on the show floor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing the things you run into and see. I took.
Set up a slideshow with pictures and stuff.
Yeah, that would have been smart. I did put some links up here of some of the videos. So, BIOSJERBIL is Robert Bernardo, if you're not familiar with his online persona. So he's got some videos. I put a link to one of those, and of course, Amiga Bill was there. So I figured, he's got some photographic experience, some video experience. So I put a link to his up there, and last but not least, our own Ghettofam Gaming. He has a lot of videos up there. I put a link to one of his, and we're going to get a playlist up there of all of his stuff, so it can see all the different videos. And then finally, if you're more interested in like more of a holistic what was VCF, VCF has a playlist up there as well that takes you a little bit more on the show floor. I don't know, Gino, does one of yours go around the show floor too? Oh, he's talking. So those are good starting points if you just want to like go catch up and see the action. If you didn't get to go and see that booth, Bill and crew and we helped out a little bit as we got there. Built an entire booth. Mike was there helping. Built the entire CES booth, and when you look at the pictures and what they put together, it was pretty darn realistic, pretty darn accurate. Of course, on a budget, but they did good. And then of course, Dale, who I learn more and more each day, has apparently the Warehouse of Miracles, where it's like anything old Commodore, he's like, "Oh, I got one of those." So it was fantastic. The original Amiga prototype is there, and just
the
the
system that they had set up.
Yeah.
The Atari 800 that he used, or they used to transfer the code around.
Yeah.
Sage Journal.
The Sage General, yeah. But for me personally, it's just amazing to think that they have these giant multi-stack boards that became the chip. That's like, Through the miracle of miniaturization, that's Paula. so
Amazing to think about that having a seat on the airplane when they flew it, right?
yes, they flew that out in its own box, in its own seat. No one trusts baggage handlers throughout time. So
They're probably working on it last minute too.
Yeah.
To get it out
yeah.
Smell of celery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
with Joe Pillow,
With Joe Pillow.
which was also there too.
Joe Pillow was there.
You know, I gotta say, one thing that amazes me is that Dale had the foresight to save all this stuff.
Yeah.
Who really thinks you're making history in a moment, something like that? And you're like, I'm gonna build out a whole warehouse or a room, probably is how it started in his house, where all that stuff ended up going and then growing over time. But just the foresight to know that this would become an artifact of history.
There's a fine line between foresight and hoarder.
There's a bird line between.
And he probably has struggled with that line for a long time. Would not be surprised.
At Amiga 30th, when we were getting ready for that, it was all in his house, in his backyard. He has 4 garages that were stacked full, and he had another large building that had some of his pinball machines in it and some more Amiga stuff. And I remember sitting there, and he also had his old motorhome, which is like probably the first motorhome ever, in his backyard, you know. It's very old. I mean, like 60s, isn't it? It's like a Class A motorhome from the 60s. You can imagine that. And that's what it would look like. But it was really crazy because I remember sitting there on the edge of the pool and talking to him. He says, "Do you think I'm a hoarder?" I says, "No, I think you just like collecting." He says, "I like that idea." Yeah. Now, Mike, were you at the CES?
January 84, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you were actually there to see the original. Yeah.
I didn't do much because it was mostly the hardware guys putting it together. And,
Well, there wasn't a heck of a lot of software there, was there?
hey, the keyboard worked.
That's right. That's what I thought. Who was I? I was talking.
Keyboard worked.
Talking to some. I forget who I was talking to, but I think it was somebody else was saying, you know, we got the hardware to work, and then somebody says, "So what's it going to run?" Oh yeah, we might need to pay attention to software. Yeah. Yeah.
Robo City.
Yeah.
The one thing I noticed about this show, nothing about Robo City came up. And it has some sort of, maybe there's some politically correctness about one or two of the images in it. Bubble-headed girl bouncing along. Maybe that's why that didn't really get as much play, but it was kind of interesting to see the ball bouncing around.
Oh yeah.
With the big boom sound.
Oh yeah.
That was so cool.
The garage door sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was great too. So, you know, and I think it's really very unusual for a club like ours to have somebody like Mike here who was there, and, you know, who can describe what he...
People that were there too, that were there. I mean,
Right.
about 8 or 9 people showed up, which is 40 years on, that's not bad. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Well, and they're still alive. See, that's the major accomplishment.
there were no coffins.
No, there weren't. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, for a club like ours, to have somebody like you to be here to talk about that, you know, is really very cool. And I just, again, some more history. I guess I'm just too plugged into history to let it go.
I never saw myself as being that much of a history guy.
Yeah,
But now I'm realizing that things that happened,
yeah,
you get to do them again.
yeah,
You know, I mean, look what's going on in the world. Nothing's new.
yeah,
My biology teacher told me that back when I was a kid. Like, yeah, sure, right. And I look around, he was right. There's nothing new. Everything is happening again. It goes around in circles.
oh yeah,
But
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it's good. Like this was great. The 40th was really, you guys did a nice job putting it together.
yeah,
And,
a very nice
how
job.
much was VCF? How much was SAC? I don't know. But
Now, my understanding is the VCF organizers basically just told Bill this section of the floor is yours, make it happen.
Yeah.
And Bill and the Bay Area crew just
Bill,
Just,
Chris,
just,
and Dale.
yeah. Bill, Chris, and Dale, I think were the heart of that, and yeah, they just willed it into existence.
Well, and Michelle and Zach Hardesty are members of this club.
Yeah,
You know, so they were pretty much running the nuts and bolts on site. So that was a very interesting play as well.
yeah,
So they both said they'd be here at AmiWest, so that'll be fun.
You know,
Yes.
it was long days getting it set up, and you know, I don't know what to say about that, but it's like, okay, so 3 people know what needs to be done, and there's like 20 people to help, but unless you give somebody something to do, and it's not something that they easily do. How do you describe, 30 years of know-how in 10 minutes? And here, you do this part, you do that part. That's really hard to decipher.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
it came off really well.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, I think so too.
The booth looked great.
Yeah, it did.
Look at the picture of what the real one looked like, and this mock-up of it, man, in a short period of time, did a nice job of putting it together.
Yeah. So it did look pretty authentic then.
And Chris Conworth and I had so much fun Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor and I had so much fun putting together the booth, screwing the panels in there with the vinyl drop on it. That was more challenging than I wanted it to be. I'd never done any booth setup before.
Oh gosh.
I think I would set the panels up on the floor, bolt it up, and then stand them up. I think you learn something about it, right? Maybe you can use it in the future. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to volunteer for booth setup. I'm just saying. I did learn something, right? Yeah.
Well, there's Amiga 50, you know. Yeah, yeah.
See, I wish I had tried. It's like booth setup. So it's like that's.
So what you do, yeah.
I've done so many conventions.
But it did have a positive impact on a lot of people that are going into both of those booths. The video toaster one got a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Mark was there and his daughter, they're taking the video toaster to its paces. It's a pretty amazing piece of equipment.
His stories were amazing too.
Yeah.
It's so great stories.
I saw Kiki was there.
Yeah, I think he was
Yes.
there
Yeah.
for
I still can't believe it when she showed up. When she came here, and came over, who's Kiki? I said, "Oh, you're such a Amiga fan, please." You don't know who that woman is. She was like, I tried for years to get at least to have her manager show up.
Well, yeah.
Not in the span. Now she might show me.
She just doesn't match the picture very well anymore.
The thing is, I noticed when she came in, and she's up there, we have a talking going on, she kind of almost took over.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Oh, she was like, oh, you want the picture with me? No, I really didn't.
She's got communication strategy just nailed and natural.
Oh, yeah.
And, especially when she was here a couple of years ago and she did the show with
Tim,
Tim. Thank you.
the dude.
So she was, one thing you learned, she was more than a pretty face to the company. And,
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people who didn't work in that universe may have just perceived her that way.
Oh, people called her,
She was influential in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That probably shaped the toaster ways that we'll never know through her influence on people like Tim. Even though she didn't know that stuff.
Intuitively.
I mean, the best thing is I ever heard was from Jay. I said, so what do you? I see you met Kiki. He goes, that lady commands the business. He says, I don't. She doesn't run the company, but she gets this fifth sense that she goes. He says her parents are scientists. I said that she can fly a plane. He said he was like the biggest thing was her taking a cell phone call. Someone rang her. Someone goes, I am in the middle of a conference, and it just went on. And be like. At that point, no one was talking. They were just like this, watching her, because they figured she might just tell them to leave the room and leave. But she just commands a great presence. So The faces, lightweight, video toaster.
Cool. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. I think we're up to projects, and I don't have the agenda filled in, but I do know that Marshall said that he was going to share with a robot. So I'm assuming you have something to share with a robot? Okay, and then James walks in with what looks like a Roland keyboard.
Oh, it's my.
It's just your bag? Did you have something to share with us today on the project section?
I brought it so maybe people who know more about Amiga programming can help you with something that should be very simple. It seems like it's simple.
Okay.
Way beyond my capacities.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make my scene act as a movement.
Okay.
Some of this can help.
So then we'll finish. So then our agenda then we'll go Marshall, Dave, and then we'll break down into the project.